All right, we are back for another week of live crypto trading. I just had Roman in the background, our producer, saying like, "We're live in 3, 2, 1," and Ayush like, "It feels like a rocket launch," and that's exactly what it is. What's up, man? Welcome, Ayush. First time on the live stream. Welcome. How's it going?
Doing great. What about you?
I am super, can't be any better than what I am today. Morning, everyone in the comment as well. We got Astronox. We got all of these usernames. YouTube really needs to get back to when we actually saw the names. Glenn, what's up, Glenn? I know you won an account last week, I believe. Congratulations to that. And then I have Geomir, which I believe internally have kind of like been put on the list of like, do not give this guy any more accounts, at least not for the at least not for this next two live streams or so. Yeah, let's get to it. We are in a very exciting, I don't know if it's very exciting, but it's definitely an interesting scenario in the crypto markets right now. Look at this XLM trade right here. Simple short at resistance. We entered this one at the end of March. I believe I entered this one during a Discord call we had. And I must say that it's getting pretty close to TP. So I have a question for you guys in the comment. First of all, what I want you to do is obviously hit that like and subscribe. I know everyone in the comment section, you're already subscribed because otherwise you would not be able to comment, because I've set it so that to comment, to be part of the comment section, you need to subscribe to the channel. And it's also from the people in the comments, we're going to select winners of the giveaways. I'm going to set up a poll and ask you guys a very simple question. Should I take profits on XLM or not? And then we'll do yes or no. Go in and comment, go in the poll, help me out. I'm gonna let you decide on this. TP here or not the TP here. While we wait for that poll, Ayush, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the crypto markets?
Yeah, so I've been trading for about 4 to 5 years now, starting with Forex and CFDs, and eventually transitioning into crypto and NASDAQ intraday trading. Yeah, so my edge comes from candlestick analysis and understanding how different markets move relative to each other, and especially spotting strength and weakness between correlated pairs, which we have Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, I keep it simple and straightforward and not really using any complicated trading strategy.
Yeah, that's right. I had a interview with you a while ago, and you talked about your trading strategy and how you're looking at the correlation, or when that correlation might be breaking on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that was super interesting, and I would love to hear more about that in this live stream today. Guys, we have 83% saying yes to take profits on the XLM short, and I feel like that's a good reason to stay in, isn't it? That contrarianism says, the chat is wrong. But maybe we have like super experienced people here in the chat, so maybe I should follow your advice here. You know what? Let's go into the like lower time frames. This is the 4 hour right here. So let's see what we have on the 1 hour. Beautiful, clean downtrend here on the 1 hour. Okay, what I'm gonna do is okay, let's flip a coin. But who has coins? Like in today's day and age, I don't even have any cash. Everything's digital. I don't have any coins. I must have something here. Do I not have any coins? Yeah, okay. Do you have a coin? Do you have a coin on your desk, Ayush? Do you have something? Can you flip something?
I have a car on my desk, not a coin.
A car? All right. Not a real car, I assume. No, okay. So this is a very bad preparation for me. Okay, so okay, let's just follow the comment section. I'm gonna end the poll right here, and we have 86% saying close it. Geomir says that the last candle is very bearish. Now, if there's someone we should listen to, it's probably him, because his luck is just insane. I think he won like 3 accounts since we started this, which is like 1 week already. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna close it. You know what? Okay, there we go. Closed it. So what's the open P&L on the other trades? Do I have any other trades open? Let's should probably look at that. Am I not supposed to have a orders tab somewhere? It's supposed to be down here, right? No? Where is it? Oh, it's... Why is it not loading? What's happening here? Do I need to reload? Oh, man, I am stupid. I didn't close the trade. I just removed the TP order. That's how you close a position. In our next tutorial coming up, we will teach you how to actually close a trade. But those of you who didn't know, like me, you're supposed to actually press close position and not remove the take profit order. Okay, so where do I... My open positions here, I have the other one is on TRX, a short on TRX. This is... what's the word? This is looking... what is it? Suboptimal? Is that something you can say? I think that's something you can say. This is looking pretty shit. That's another way of putting it, you know? Definitely not moving to the downside. So if everyone could go out there and short TRX, maybe take out a loan. I mean, we have those type of, you can SMS loans, right? With and obviously you need to short it on spot. That's how you need to move the price. Ayush, what are you trading? Trading anything today?
I'm currently doing nothing because we are in range on low time frames. So as you know that I'm mainly focused intraday scalping. So what I can see here right now is that after a huge expansion from this supply zone of daily prices just in range near the support area of 10th April or 4th, and all I can do is just wick on both sides. So I just wait for price to break on one side, and then I'll think about a trade. But for now, we are in a very strong support area of daily time frame. So I feel that on Monday, price might just range near daily open, and we might see some good volatility near 9:30 open. But I'm expecting today it will be slow, and from tomorrow it might start showing us a new direction. And in order to break below this strong support area, we need good bear volume, which we don't have right now. So I'm just waiting for that. And on Doge, we just broke below this trend line support, and it is also in a very huge daily time frame support area. So I think all pair needs some little retrace in this gap and take out some these highs, which is forming up here, and then it can move lower.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so you're looking at Ethereum, and so here you're looking at Ethereum on. Could you explain a little bit how when you're looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin?
So yeah, so one thing I always do is I make sure that I have marked supply and demand pair. So what I do is that many times I have seen that if we see Ethereum in like let's say support area, then it's going to control Bitcoin as well. The movement of control will slow down as well. So let's say if I'm in a trade selling Bitcoin and we have support area in Ethereum, so I'll make sure that I close some partial, so I close my position before it eats my profit and goes with Bitcoin. So, and one thing I do is like I make sure to analyze which market is stronger. Let's say if Bitcoin is stronger and it's making higher high, and you can see the indicator here is called a strength and weakness indicator, which shows strength and weakness of current 3-4 hour candle. So you can see plus 59 because we have good candle on 4 hour. on Bitcoin. So it gives me some idea that without even looking at chart, it gives me some idea which pair I should go along with, which will benefit me to take buy side liquidity first. So I make sure that I should not trade a pair which is not strong enough to take buy side liquidity. And if we talk about selling, I make sure I sell in weak pair, which is more likely to dump lower and take sell side liquidity. So that's my main edge, and I mainly mark the supply demand zone using VIX, and it's and my favorite time frame to analyze for intraday charts is 4 hour.
All right, nice. Okay, so no trade right now, and
Yeah,
you're
I'm
only
just waiting
looking
for a
at
pickup.
Bitcoin and Ethereum today.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna go through the the charts here. I'm just gonna flip over to my trading view here to get. Usually the way I do it is I have. I'm looking at TradingView as like my main platform where I'm analyzing all the markets, and then I'm moving over to, this is the Nikkei, the Japanese stock index. So this has nothing to do with what we're doing today. So let's move over to Bitcoin. So what I want to see here is let's try to make do a little bit of a. First, I want to look at Bitcoin. It's important that we know what kind of in my environment we're trading within right now, and I feel like we have. Okay, so we got the RSI here. We got the accumulation distribution indicator. Where is it? Why is it not here? Okay, here it is. So one thing, guys, I've been using this a lot in my analysis. What is your views on Ethereum for the next week? I will definitely take a look at that shortly. I just want to show you guys something, a really cool indicator called the accumulation distribution indicator. So if you guys go to this one right here and type in Jonathan is the best trader. No, that's the wrong one. Accumulator. So accumulation distribution indicator. That's a good one right there. Now what this is it's kind of like the OBV. Now if you don't know what OBV is, go to google.com and type in what is OBV, and then you will understand what the OBV is. But that's another indicator. Now, what the accumulation distribution indicator, it's kind of like the OBV, where it's kind of like adding bullish volume if it's a bullish candle, but it's adding a different percentage of that daily volume to the indicator depending on the shape of the candle. So if it's a super bullish candle, all of the volume gets added, and if it's like a small tiny indecision candle like a doji, not a lot of that volume gets added. So it creates a pretty nice indicator here, and we can confirm the OBV. I think I've started to use the accumulation distribution indicator quite a lot, and I feel like it's honestly like one of the most powerful volume-based indicator out there, and it has really helped seeing which of the breakouts are real versus the fake outs on Bitcoin. So here you have the OBV indicator at the bottom, and then you have the accumulation distribution indicator here at the this one right here. So if I add a little horizontal line from that peak, you will see that there's no breakout on the accumulation distribution indicator. But if we add a line from that peak in the OBV, there is actually a tiny little breakout here. So the OBV traders, they're going to say, oh, well, there's a breakout on the OBV. We have volume confirming the move. But you can obviously see here in volume that it's been declining all throughout this move. And the move up is like there's no volume confirming this, and the accumulation distribution indicator tells you that there's just not enough buy volume here, which when that happened is almost always going to be a fake out on Bitcoin. So the way I'm approaching this market today is from the perspective of Bitcoin hitting resistance, acting as resistance, a very obvious bullish engulfing candle here. We even have on a daily a very nice indecision type of doji candle. And the way I'm watching this and the way I'm viewing this is the most probable move is down to the range EQ area, which is around what level is it? Around the 60, between 68 and 69. So going into the 4-hour, let's see if we have any type of structures on the 4-hour that confirms this. And I do believe that, yes, I do see a type of market that, you know, looks like this, right? Nice little trend to the upside. And then it breaks here. Maybe it's going to come up and test that level again, but ultimately I think we're going down towards that level. So with that in mind, if we assume that we're going to enter a few positions today during the live stream to hold these positions for the next 1 hour and 45 minutes, the question then becomes, is the move to the upside here more likely before the next move to the downside, or is the break of that low the next optimal or the next opportunity? What do you think, Ayush? Do you think we're gonna break this if I zoom in here on the lower time frames and we have kind of like this range forming here, or you think we're gonna?
So I have said,
yeah, go ahead. Do you think we're gonna break down or up?
I feel before breaking down below, we need some, you know, price to take some highs first, and you know, I have the same game plan, and we also have resistance forming here on daily, which I am marking it right now, and then from there we can see price going below. So I feel we don't have enough you know, bear volume in this area, or in order to go more lower, it needs to go break below the support area, which is 2180. And if we talk about Bitcoin, we have 753 support area. So in order to go below, we need a strong bear candle to continue lower. And if I'll be selling this, if I would like to sell it from here, my take profit would be around 2110 in Ethereum, because of we have opening price of weekly, and same on Bitcoin. But I'll make sure that which pair is going to tap this area first. If one of the pair is going to tap this area, another one will start ranging or maybe get low bear volume.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So looking at my chart right here, I am looking at the 50-minute for Bitcoin. So let's switch over to my chart. We got Boris as well. What's up, Boris? Welcome. How's it going?
Hello, Boris.
Okay. Looks like
hey guys, how are you doing?
We are doing great. How are you? Yeah, looks like he's doing laggy.
Yeah, he has same internet connection as mine.
Well, it's nice to have you here, Boris. Nice to have you here. I'm not sure he can hear me. Can he hear me? I don't know. Anyway, so we're at range EQ right here. We have looking at some volume here. Like there's few indicators here that I'm looking at. We do have a nice little volume spike on that level right here.
One second, I need to restart my machine because everything is.
Yeah, restart everything and you'll be fine. I think Roman, you can remove Boris from the scene, and then he'll restart everything, and we'll see if he comes in with fresh energy and a new connection and no lag. Okay, so we got the 50-minute here. So we have a spike on volume here. Now you could look at this and say, wait a minute, that's a bullish spike in volume, right? But if you go into the 5-minute, we can actually see, is that really a bullish spike in volume? No, that's on the 5-minute. That's a bearish volume coming in. On the 1-minute, it is a strong bullish volume right here, but that bullish volume caused a move to the downside. So the volume, obviously, when there's a buy, when someone sells something, then it needs to be the same volume buyers as well. The only thing here might be that the sellers might just be accepting lower prices, and that would be what causes this to potentially move to the downside. Looking at the 5-minute here for Bitcoin, we have the volume spikes here are not really higher than normal, but looking at the accumulation distribution indicator, it has completely broken down right here. I am interested in taking a short here. I think I would want to take a short here on Bitcoin. I like that move to the downside. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is the fact that if I saw this right here, go to the replay tool and we can add something right here. If I saw this, I would have shorted that as well, but I would then have been stopped out. So we're seeing the exact same type of structure right now with the this type of trend right here. So what I need to see here is some type of break of this structure and break of this trend. So the trend that I'm talking about looks like this, right? And then what I want to see now is for the behavior of this trend to break. And what I mean with behavior is the fact that we had higher lows and higher highs. So what happens if we put in a double top or a lower high? Well, that will be a good signal to get into this, right? Now, if I want to be really, you know, a type of perfectionist with my entries here, what I'd like to do is I'd like to use the Fib tool. So the Fibonacci retracement tool, place it from the top of the move down to where I believe the low will be. And then if you go into settings, I will change my template to the RLZ, which is what I call the area between the 0.618 and the 0.786. I've heard that a lot of people call it the OTE or the optimal trade entry as well. Apparently that's something that ICT traders are looking at, but these are, you know, two real Fibonacci levels, and then it's just the 0.702 in the midpoint. And we all know about the 0.618, right? It's a level that traders and bots and algos, they love to play off that because it's a really good entry point in a retrace or a pullback. So what I would want to do is the perfect entry for me would be up in this region right here, and then stops go above the highs. And then for a TP on this, I would do the same. I would look at where is the reload zone, but for this whole move. So where did the move start from? Right here, and then up to this level adds the reload zone down here, the 0.618. So I would put my TP on the 0.618 right there. So I'm going to switch over to my Tradeify, the platform right here. Go over into that one. And I'll actually enter a trade on this. So we're going to go into the 1 minute. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Boris, you need to get a plant. I mean, I have a big plant. I have good connection. My plant is bigger than Ayush. Ayush has slightly less connection. You have no plant, and you have no connection.
I will get a plant very soon.
Yeah, I think it's important you get a plant. It's definitely something we need
What
to.
kind of, can I get a bamboo, or like what kind of plant do you think?
So I mean, being from Sweden, I would say that energy-wise, IKEA has the best plants. I would definitely go with an IKEA plant. Extra points if you drive in there with a Volvo as well.
That's a real. You have a real plant from IKEA.
Yes, it's a real plant, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Bitcoin is breaking down here. Let me see if I can add some things here. Where is okay? So I got the Fibonacci retracement here. Oh wow, that's terrible. Gonna go into the settings here. Let's just remove everything except the 0.618. Boris, I think your sound is coming through your microphone on your speakers on your microphones. I think you have to mute your microphone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my headset. One second. I'll be back.
Perfect. Okay, so we're adding a Fibonacci on which one was it? Okay, I think from that high down to, but this idea is not broken, right? Because price is breaking down. But I still think there is a possibility. So whatever happens here, my take profit target for this one is going to be down here. But that's going to be my take profit right here. And the question is now, where do I get in? So this might be that rejection, right? But we might also see that we have these lows, and this move right here might just be part of that move, because if we add the Fibonacci levels here and we go in and we add those levels I talked about, which was, okay, so let's see, 0.618 and 0.786, and then we have the 0.702. That's going to be that level right there. So you see we are in that level right now. We might create a low here, and then if we create a low here, I would want my entry to be, let me see, so go short, I want my entry to be up here, and then the stop loss should be, let me see what risk to reward we can get here. Stop loss should be around, yeah, let's put it at 2.5 R and give it some room. I'm going to enter a short, I'm going to enter short orders here, just with 0.25% risk, to have something in. So now that I have the orders in, I can start, you know, playing around with the idea and to move around my orders if needed. So we'll see what happens here. What are you guys thinking? Oh, well, not guys, we're only the us.
Yeah.
But what are you thinking,
So, if we talk about your take profit area, we have a daily open and weekly open there. So it's a good area to take profit, because I feel price can again bounce from that area and go more lower, but it's good to book at a strong support area. So I feel that the TP take profit price is perfect. But I'm still waiting for NY Open to get some volume in order to trade.
Yeah, thank you, Roman. I'm muted. This is so nice to have a producer in the background that's telling me when I'm muted, because I remember having a live stream once where I was so focused on the charts that I didn't watch the chat, and then 10 minutes after I watched the chat, and I was checking like, why is everyone leaving? And I was just muted for 10 minutes checking. Oh, crazy. So price breaking down now, and so what we're seeing right now is that was the rejection, right? So the end of the trend, I believe, happened up here. And this is one of the reasons why I'm liking this fib zone, is because you see, now that you broke below this fib zone, you're not creating equal lows, right? So I would view that, even though it's technically a higher low, I still view this as a lower low. I mean, a equal low, because prices don't have to be like perfect on a perfect price to be equal lows. I would actually view this as equal lows, which then changes the whole idea of this whole trend. So now I have to look at what is the direction of what we're seeing currently. Now on the 15-minute, we can see that the 15-minute candle closed as a bearish engulfing candle. I like that. Looks pretty good. I think what we're seeing right now is basically a continuation. We're probably going to see, a continuation of this trend, where we might come down even all the way down here to hit the lows. So if we extend the, kind of like extend the time horizon of this trade, we might be able to play it a little bit differently. So I need to just prepare for that potential scenario as well. Okay, so we're breaking down now. That idea might be gone as well. Yeah, so right now what's happening is we're actually testing on TradingView. At least I had the TradingView charts looks actually much different than this one. Yeah. But the trend has definitely broken here. What are you thinking, Yush? Are you feels like I really want to take a trade, but
I think for shorts, Ethereum is performing really well for bear market because it is weaker pair than Bitcoin. You can see it is breaking the lows. It's currently into 4-hour support. You can see that Bitcoin made a new higher high in this range and Ethereum failed to do so. We can see the really great fall over here on Ethereum. And I'm just waiting for price to go more lower and take us at this 4-hour support in order to fill this entire wick and drive us down till 2158, and I'll plan my shorts below this price 2176.
Right. Okay. Oh man, I missed that short. That was a good one. I think that would have been a pretty good trade actually. Let's see what else we have. Ethereum on the lower time frames on the 1 hour. If we're gonna get a bounce, like right now, might be an interesting bounce. Okay, so we get actually bullish divergence on RSI and price at support on Ethereum. Looking at the RSI, the only where can I find the rectangle? Okay, Bitcoin is bouncing on the 0.618. Let's see if we can. Where do I have the rectangle tool? I'm used to just doing everything. Here it is. So looking at Ethereum right here, we're at that low time frame support. Not only is it low time frame support, but if we zoom out here on the 1 hour, we can see that this is a level that acted as support on the 10th and had an SR flip around the 9th of April. Then we had here as well. So this is a level where the only issue I'm seeing here that is it's being tested over and over again. We also have that ascending triangle type of pattern here. So one way I'm looking to trade this would be to we could perhaps look at a measured move here. And I have basically two ideas here for Ethereum. One idea would be to trade this as a descending triangle breakdown, targeting that measured move. That would give us a 2.4-hour trade. But I also feel like there is a fairly high likelihood of getting a bounce here if we can break structure here on the 1 minute. Usually I don't trade the 1 minute charts or the 5 minute charts, but as a swing trader, I've already entered my position and done all the analysis last week really that I do as a swing trader, and nothing has really changed. So this is a good time for me where I'm trying to scout the markets on the lower time frames with low risk, with having the swing trade perspective in mind. Boris, how's your connection? I think you're muted now.
He's on mute, I guess.
Yeah. How am I looking? Is the connection good?
Yeah, it's good now.
I think it's better, yeah.
Great. I wanted to talk about algo again. We were talking about algo the other week.
That's right.
With a potential short. I think you initially attempted to take it, and then we got the news of the Trump truce, the truce deal between Iran and US, which turned out to be, well, not I guess not fake news, but didn't turn out to be true. But anyway, I entered this short basically inspired by your idea, and it actually hit my first take profit. Like, I entered this short at around this level, 0.11, and now we're all the way down to like 10 cents. So far that's been a move of 8% down, which I think is pretty good short. And I used about, I'm not sure how much leverage, but depending on how much leverage you used, if you're conservative, 5% times 9, it's like 45% ROI on a short trade, which is pretty good. So this is one of my positions that did well. And then I was highly disappointed to wake up Sunday morning to hear that, yeah, basically there's not going to be any peace deal, and the market dropped. And I had some long positions on Solana and BNB, which I talked about on Thursday and Friday. So my BNB position was stopped out. I think my Solana position is still active, although it is in drawdown. And what I decided to do is actually enter a couple of shorts. So I decided to short Zcash, because I think it's way overextended. I think we were talking about this last week. I shorted it basically on the 8-hour time frame, and this trend just looks completely exhausted to me. So I'm in a little bit of profit right now on Zcash, on the Zcash short. I think this thing is gonna at least go down to this 21 EMA to about $330. So that's an active short that I'm in right now. And I also took a short on ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. I believe that's the name. Yeah. Based on this candle yesterday. So it fell below the 55. The 21 EMA with momentum indicators pointing south, TSA turning negative, and I just hit TP1 like a few hours ago. So overall, very choppy, but kind of like in hedge mode right now. So I'm basically hedging my longs with my shorts. As far as Bitcoin goes, like, still nothing much has changed in my opinion. Still ranging, still like in equilibrium. It's very boring price action on Bitcoin. Like, it's just very, very boring to watch Bitcoin move right now. So I don't know what to say about Bitcoin. Just very boring. It's almost like a stable coin, I guess. So just park your money in Bitcoin. Yeah.
I'm looking at Ethereum here. It's getting ready to potentially break down here. I'm looking to short this if it breaks down. Bitcoin looks to be wanting to trade lower as well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here on Ethereum. Let me add some indicators here as well to make sure I have it in the yeah, we can see that looking at the accumulation distribution indicator, the selling volume combination with bearish candles are way stronger here, but this is on the 5 minutes. So if we do a 15-minute move down to the 50-minute, It's actually gaining some strength here. What about the 1 hour? Well, that's quite obvious. But I do see this breaking down. But it's not confirmed until we actually have a breakdown. I need to wait for that. We have Glenn saying, psychologically, don't say missed a trade. Say it never met my entry criteria. But what if it did, though? What if it did meet your entry criteria and you were used too late? That's the thing. But so for me, I feel like psychologically, for me, when I say I missed a trade, I missed a trade. You know what I mean? Now there is a difference between missing a trade and letting it go because it didn't meet the criteria. But I think if you know your system, you know the difference. But if you're starting out and you're fairly new in this, then maybe using less of those negatively reinforcing words definitely might help you feel better about that missed opportunity. We get a question. Let's see. The question is, which strategy do you trade? And then myself was tagged, and I use this is from George Bush. Nice, good to have you here, George Bush. Welcome to the show. So my strategy. Now the way I'm trading is I don't have a specific system. Like my system doesn't have a name. It's not like I'm trading SMC or ICT or whatever like that. My system is built upon a lot of studying of different indicators and price action and years of testing and looking through different results. With that said, let me enter this trade, create limit order -27, blah, 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 market, sell, boom. Okay, I'm in the Ethereum short here. So you can look at this short, for example. This might be a good example. So the way I took this trade is simply just combining different ideas, right? I have the RSI indicator right here. So at the beginning, I saw a bullish divergence on RSI and price, where price creates equal lows, but the RSI is creating higher lows. That is a bullish divergence. So first I looked at that and said, okay, so momentum is more bullish than price is bearish. Maybe I want to buy this support, right? But then I saw the accumulation distribution indicator completely breaking down in a pattern that looks to be somewhat of a descending triangle. And then when calculating the measured move of the descending triangle, which you do by taking the distance between the support and the beginning of where the pattern formed, you kind of measure that move to the downside. So I thought, okay, so if price breaks down here, we want to add volume as well. Volume is actually not picking up, but would like volume to pick up here. So it's discretionary in a way, but it's also not discretionary. I can put the system into a bot and automatically trade it for me, but it's very simple. Now, what you're seeing here today for my scalping is not really the way I trade manually. I'm a swing trader mainly, and the way I trade that swing system is I try to find a trend, the primary trend. So the primary trend would be the trend that you see in the daily and the weekly. And then if it's an uptrend, then I want to see, okay, where's the optimal area to enter this uptrend? And a lot of times it's going to be in what I showed you guys with the Fibonacci retracement tool, which is this area between the 0.618 and the 0.702. If I get a move down in an uptrend that hits this level, and then it's also confluent with a support level, and then maybe it's hitting something like the 20 and the 50 EMA. If that happens at the same time, then I'll just look at that and say, this is a good entry opportunity. I put my stop loss below wherever that low is created, and then I leave my profit open. So I exit the trade whenever I see signs of that primary trend ending, which means that primary trend can last for weeks, months, and maybe even years. So I'll stay in a position for as long as that primary trend is active. So on Bitcoin, for example, that would mean that if I enter at the bottom of a bear market, so let's say Bitcoin drops to 40K, forms a bottom and then breaks out, I'll enter Bitcoin, and I'm not going to sell Bitcoin until we have, lower lows and lower highs on the daily or the weekly, which can take several months. But for a scalp trade or a trade like this, it's just very different. Here I'm trading mainly on is horizontal support and resistance, which looks to be going great right now. Fantastic.
On Bitcoin price just tapped the point of control. That's why it is reacting on Ethereum and Bitcoin as well.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for price to go below POC and value area low. But to go lower, what I would like to see is price going below that zone, and it will be easy for Ethereum to go lower as well.
Yeah. So we have a comment here from Jules saying that leaving profit open is risky. Yeah, but I'm talking about trades where I'm trading on the daily and the weekly. So leaving the profit, like my decisions in swing trading is based on a daily candle close. So I will not take profit or close a position unless the daily candle has been closed. So all my positions, all my decisions are always going to be based on a daily candle close, which for me would happen then the day after. So my stop losses and take profit are very wide. So I'm going to have enough time to react to what is happening. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Okay. So I'm gonna ask Boris and Ayush. I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. I'm gonna give you a okay, whatever. Ayush, give me a number of between 1 and 5.
4.
4. Okay. Boris, you give me a number between 1 and 5.
2.
Okay, so the one who calculates that in the no, I'm kidding. 4, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 6. That's 6. Okay, now we're gonna multiply 6 with a number between 1 and 5. Can you give me a number between 1 and 5, Ayush?
3.
Okay. Now I have to pull up the calculator because I do not know. Okay, so what's 6 times 3? Is that 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the 18th comment in our chat, and you're getting a account today. And feel free to say something, guys, because yeah, I'm gonna start from the top. No, okay, no, wait. Can we start
from the bottom?
We start from the bottom. Only Alex FX says, WTF are you talking about, Jonathan? Yeah, I don't know who the hell that dude is, but can we ban him? I don't like his tone. He's apparently moderator as well. Some dude called Alex. I don't know who that guy is, but he's not getting an account today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What did we say? 16? 13, 14, 15. God damn it, it's Junior again. You can't get another account, man. It's just not gonna happen. We can't give you another account. Was that gonna be the 4th account? Wow. We can't do that, man. We can't do that. So, okay, so what we're gonna do is, Junior, I'm gonna let you give me a number. Okay, Alex, if you're in here, can we give him, oh, did I say 18? I said 18. Yeah. Did I say 18? Why did I stop at 16 then? Dude, I'm I'm behind. You know, I'm slow. Okay, GMR is 16. Guys, could you please say something or analyze something? This is getting awkward because I'm trying to count while talking at the same time.
Yeah, let's look at the liquidation heat maps.
Yeah, my brain is getting liquidated heat maps.
So let's get this chart to load. Yeah, so I really, as you guys know, I like looking at the liquidation heat maps because they tend to act as support or resistance depending whether you're long or short. So basically this this data on CoinGlass represents the amount of liquidation leverage at a particular price level. So you can see here that right now there's a significant amount of potential like long liquidations if price were to go below, let's call it 70K. It's a good level. It's a psychological level. And you can see like that price is trying to just, it's kind of like bouncing on this level around 70.5. So it looks like some longs entered right around 70K, and it looks like the longs are protecting their positions for now. However, what tends to happen is that the more times we test support, the more times we test these liquidation levels, the more likely it is to break. So if my theory is true and we crack below this level at 70,000 or so, the next level based on liquidation leverage would be around 68,000. So we're looking at a potential $2,000 drop in Bitcoin if this pans out. And if this does happen, I think it'll happen around the New York Open, which is going to open in about 40 to 35 minutes. So let's see what happens, what New York does with this price action.
Wow, okay. Bitcoin is completely... do not switch to my chart. God damn it. Yeah, so this is nice. This is nice. We're having a good time, guys.
Yeah,
I feel like this is...
Oh. Are we going up now?
Okay, so Bitcoin just broke above the range EQ. And I'm getting close to getting stopped out on Ethereum. Now I'm thinking I want to go long on Bitcoin.
Yeah, it is a stronger one.
That's a strong move right there.
Yeah.
And guys, if you switch to my screen, I'll show you guys something cool. No, not that one. Damn it, that's the wrong one. Okay. I did not get stopped out. That's yours. That was something else. Okay, so this is trading right here. Now, like I said, you know, that zone on the Fibonacci, where you see that what's happening? I gotta check the news. What's going on here? Did Trump wake up already? Let's see what's happening here.
It's 9 a.m. in New York. Or DC,
5 a.m. Say 5 a.m. There's no way it's 5 a.m.
No. So 9. I said 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
9. Oh, he's definitely awake at 9. Yeah.
I think he's awake all the time. I don't think the guy ever sleeps.
He's definitely addicted to Twitter. Like 100%. Well, okay, Truth Social, whatever it's called, but like it's basically Twitter, right? Isn't it like a proxy Twitter? So what's happening here? Okay, we are not seeing any, not seeing anything like, but nothing special here, honestly.
I don't know, I'm reading some news headlines. Netanyahu says Iran ceasefire could end at any moment. Backs Trump blockade. Although I don't know why that would affect
yeah, exactly.
the price of Bitcoin that much. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stop reading the news and just look at the charts.
Yeah, I mean, reading the news and kind of like understanding why something might move is
yeah,
interesting, you know.
These guys just keep shifting, their strategies or what they're going to do pretty much every day. So one day there's going to be a truce, another day there's going to be a ceasefire, then there's not, then there's going to be a blockade. And I think the market is just getting sick and tired of what these politicians are saying.
Yeah, the bad thing happens at supply zone and good thing happens at demand zone. That's what I have seen in this range.
That's.
I got a philosophical question for you guys. Well, regarding trading, and this is regarding the efficient market hypothesis. So the efficient market hypothesis essentially says that all data is pretty much priced into the market at any single moment. But if we take a look at crypto, the fact that it trades 24/7 and it reacts so quickly to whatever news comes out on the weekend, are the markets really that efficient? Because in my opinion, they're not. I think it's based on an ancient economic theory that comes from the 1930s and 1940s, or even earlier than that. And now we're entering an AI age where we're in a new age. So I think the efficient market hypothesis is just a hypothesis. We should come up with a new theory because there's a lot of variables that are not priced in, and the markets are not efficient, in my opinion.
It's very
Especially the
interesting.
crypto market.
It's very interesting that you're mentioning that, because that's something I've been studying as part of CMT, and I didn't really know a lot about the efficient market hypothesis before starting the CMT studying. But I remember the CMT curriculum, the counter argument against the efficient market hypothesis. So basically, the efficient market hypothesis comes in three ways, or three versions, I believe it's called. It's the weak form, the semi-strong form, and the strong form. So the weak form says that. Okay, let me think here. I believe that weak form says that prices reflect all past trading data. The semi-strong form means that prices reflect all publicly available information. And the strong form says that prices reflect all information, including insider information. Now, the counter argument with CMT is that who is this? Who is this man?
Can I ask? Why are you doing maths on a live stream? What is going on, man? How these live streams have deteriorated over the years?
Can we get him? I thought you were going to come on here and say something nice. Can we get rid of him? Can we get rid of him?
The only thing I can say now is those templates that Ayush has been putting on the screen. Now, they are fantastic. Other than that, I don't know how my connection is. What's my connection like?
No, you look great, man. Like you always do. Perfect. Beautiful.
Wow. We're on the first stream for Tradeify Crypto.
Well, you fixed your hair, finally.
No.
That must have taken ages.
So a little bit of context. I spoke to Jonathan this morning, and my hair was like, it was bad. It was all over the place. I'm still debating whether to just shave it all off. I think I'm gonna have the same haircut as Boris. I think I'm gonna go short on the side, short on the top. I think that's the shout.
I don't know, man.
I think next time I'm gonna go even shorter. Like this haircut is getting boring to me.
Yeah, it's either you go really short or you go like really long. There's like no in between, really.
You should bet on it.
We should bet on what? How do you bet? What, on short hair or long hair?
I don't know, man. It's like math. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know what you need to you need to focus on your swing trades. That's what you need to do. You need to focus just on that.
What, you didn't like my Ethereum short I just took? Didn't like that one?
Ethereum short?
Yeah. Worked out absolutely great. Worked great. Well, me and Boris, we had a philosophical conversation here about the efficient market process. But now that you're here, obviously we can't talk about those things because you would be sitting there drooling.
Serious stuff. Yeah. But I like what Ayush is doing. You're Ayush, you just playing the range today. It seems muted.
Yeah, let's pull his screen up.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for price to break out, but Bitcoin took a really nice support from point of control, so just gonna wait for a real pump. But I think it's eventually gonna go down, so just waiting for a proper structure here.
Yeah, I like on MMT. I like the volume bubbles that they have, just to see how much like delta there is at the top of like moves like that, like negative delta. If we see like either loads of negative delta, then that's a good sign. But if we see like loads of positive delta at the top of that range or at the POC, then that, you know, that's like a classic short there, right? Back into
Did you
the
say
bottom.
MMT? Is that minimal mental test?
Oh yeah, it's just a mental test. MMT, honestly, fantastic platform for traders. It's funny because when you look at all of these platforms for order flow in futures,
how much do they pay you to say that?
Well, it's free, so you know,
and it's the easiest platform to get order flow data. I mean, you don't have to download anything; just browse it.
Yeah, no, it's a solid platform.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're taking a lot. I think you can trade hyperliquids on it as well. Hyperliquids is becoming the exchange of like, you know, the next level exchange.
Yeah, we got a video coming out on the channel this week on Hyperliquid, talking a little bit about it.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to do the giveaways, man. We need to do like what's that thing that we used to do, the big wheel that we used to do.
The thing is, we used to use Gleam, but honestly, I think we can just do code ourselves something cool with Cloud Code, where we have a wheel spinning. I did that last time, and my lights started flashing, so I don't know if I got hacked by my own AI.
Your lights started flashing.
Yeah, I need to look that up, and actually I need to link you to the replay. So actually what we did is I wanted to do a giveaway, right? So I went into Cloud Code and I say, hey, build me this giveaway tool, right? And it had frogs and Doge coins and everything was spinning. It looked pretty good. And then I pressed, start giveaway, and my lights just started blinking and my computer was super slow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting stuff coming up this week, though. Hopefully we're going to be. There's only 14 people in here, so we can start talking about some of the stuff that we're going to do. So we've got a new program coming out very, very, very soon, people. So that's going to be a surprise. Also, a little bit of a sneak peek. We got some add-ons coming on very, very soon. So you guys will be able to get higher leverage, higher profit share, and so much more. So those are things that are coming up as well.
Yeah.
But all I can say, since we've only got a little crew in here, why not?
Yeah, we get a good crew. It's difficult. It's difficult giving away accounts, man. GME already got 3.
Yeah, this is giveaway farming right now. We should obviously get the Discord involved. I don't see at the moment that there was an announcement. Maybe we can do a giveaway, and we'll do another giveaway. I'll put it in the Discord and let's see if we can bring some people in.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Ayush, Boris, is there anything you're watching? Let's see, we're supposed to have, I think we're going to have, Anastasia's going to come in a couple of minutes as well.
Yeah, I was looking
at yeah, go ahead.
I was looking at some on-chain metrics, and they look very disappointing. So there's this one good indicator called Open Interest Suite. So it aggregates open interest across all exchanges. And I kind of drew a trend line, which is not a good trend line, but you can see that open interest is dropping while price is basically consolidating. So let's see volume just dropping off a cliff. There's no volume in the market. There's not a lot of open interest. I don't think there's just not enough market participants in this market to break this range right now. I don't know what it's going to take for people to get interested in trading Bitcoin again.
Do you know what I think it's going to take? A massive capitulation. Just like the mother of capitulations, just taking everyone out, and everybody's crying, and you know, everybody's losing everything. And then after all of that, then we're going to see traders getting in. But
I love
at the
that.
moment,
I love the sound of that.
You know, on Thursday we're gonna have
good
Tony. What is it called? Tony Severino, I believe. He's a CMT and he's studying cycle theory and looks at Bitcoin through that lens. And he says that he thinks there's a possibility that we're not going to see an all-time high for Bitcoin in the next decade, right? And I don't necessarily believe agree with him, but he has some very interesting ideas on where we are in the overall cycles. And I've been doing some research on this, right? And I've started working on a video that we're gonna be publishing here on the YouTube. And there's just a lot of things aligning here, right? There's this cycle described in the book called The Four Turning. That's a 80 to 100 years cycle, and that cycle is projected to end 2030. And we also have, the business cycle ending, global liquidity cycle is ending, and at the end of that 100-year cycle, it always ends in some type of crisis, right? Is going to change whole society. And if we look at what we have right now in society, we have AI, and AI is no doubt going to change the way we do things. So I really do think that the bullish case for Bitcoin is we drop to like 40K. That's the bullish case, I believe, for Bitcoin.
I think the faster we get that capitulation, unfortunately, the better we're gonna, the faster we're gonna move up. If we're stuck in this range, we're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, what I'm worried about is the fact that if we hit that 40 to 45K region, which I think we will in the next few months, if we hit that level and the business cycle is not coming, or kind of the contraction phase of the business cycle not coming to an end, I think we might come down even lower. So my base case is Bitcoin goes down to the area between 40 and 45K, because that's just what it does, right? A 70 to 80% drop in a bear market. That's what Bitcoin has always done and is most likely going to continue to do. But if this whole 100-year cycle will end at the same time, then I think we're going into prolonged recession, right? That's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
Do you know, I haven't looked at the charts today at all. Let me have a look.
Go ahead, Boris.
Why 40K? I think that's like kind of like a random level. Just from my past memory, 40K is kind of like not an important level. I think 30K would be the target. 30K was a big level back in 2020, 2021.
So the levels that I have is the levels that I have is first of all, of course, we can actually pull up my chart here, and instead of talking about it, I can show you guys. This is what I have in mind. Let me just get rid of some things here on the chart. All of this. Right, so if you look at the weekly here, but these are the levels I'm looking at, and the 40, like I think we can drop as much as 30K, right? But the thing is, it dropped down to 30K, means we're going down like 75%, and we have seen that the bear markets for Bitcoin is becoming shallower with time. It's, you know, we have less volatility to the upside and less volatility to the downside, which I view as a maturing asset long term, where the volatility becomes, you know, rather you know, a little bit weaker. But the entry into what I believe is that would be the accumulation area for Bitcoin sits around 45K. So that's just the entry into possible accumulation zone, right? Just like we had, you know, around this level. And the reason why I believe this is the level is just because past support and looking at the timing and the percentage drop of this. So the important level I believe would be 42K, where once we drop below that 52K, the next major would be around 40 to 42K, which is here. And I think that the drop below 52 area marks the beginning of the accumulation. And if you guys haven't seen this, I want to show you two charts that I think is the main reason why we are seeing Bitcoin dropping. Let me see if I can find all of this. There's a lot of different charts here. Which one is it? I think it's
Why do I get the feeling that Bitcoin's going to move up to 71,500?
because yeah, I know. Good question.
I do. It looks like we're looking at the top of the range to push up to the top of the range. Maybe it's best. Ayush, what are you looking at when it comes to the order flow at the moment, the place that we're at?
Wait, before we switch.
Prices fighting near 4-hour resistance and value area high, so it can probably go higher till previous day point of control, which is 71671. Good for longs.
Yeah. 71,623. I've got value area high from yesterday.
Yeah.
POD from yesterday. Yeah, I think that's I think that would be a very good target actually, if we actually push off from here.
What I'm waiting for is just a 15-minute candle to fill this previous candle wick. Can it be a good?
Yeah.
So I had a few images on here. I wanted to show you guys, but I can't. Okay, looks like Alex is gone. Not sure what happened there. I had a few images here that I wanted to show you, but I can't find them now. So I need to let me see if I can find them here. Let's see. All the star ones. So that's the long-term analysis weekly RSI. Maybe that's the one. Let's see. It's loading. No, that's not the one. Okay, give me a second. Let's see. There's so many different charts here, but there's one I really wanted to show you guys. It has two images. One is the global liquidity index, and then one is the business cycle indicator. I can't find that one, so let me see if I can find it. So, okay, so global liquidity cycle. Yeah. Okay, it's this one right here. Nope. Okay, I can't find it. I need to. I'm gonna prepare those two images for tomorrow's tomorrow's live stream when we have Dirk coming on. So we're gonna have Dirk Hartig coming on tomorrow. He is a market veteran, been in the market for 25 years. He's been trading for different banks, private family funds and offices, and he is big into Bitcoin and crypto. So it's gonna be very interesting to see his views on the market and see where he might think that we're bottoming out for Bitcoin. So I'm going to be sharing those two charts as well to go through what he thinks in terms of long-term bottom for Bitcoin. But yeah, that's to Boris, to answer your question there, 40 to 42 or 45K. I think that's going to be the entry into accumulation. You muted.
I was looking at top crypto liquidation events in history, and I noticed some interesting data. Did you notice that? Well, let me zoom in on this. So all the top crypto liquidation events, it's always the longs that get liquidated, not the shorts. You know, the top liquidation events always occur with the longs. Like, I don't see one instance where we had a liquidation event where there was an excess of short liquidations versus long liquidations. So I'm thinking, should we just go short 2x, and it's probably a very low probability we'll get liquidated and we'll make a lot of money. The shorts really don't get liquidated that much. It's only the longs. I can't hear you, Jonathan.
Okay, sorry. No, I said it's a very simple question, but it's one of those simple questions that I believe deserves a good explanation. And I think one of the explanations, it would be interesting to see if we could find the same data for the S&P 500.
That's true. But, you know, when liquidation events happen, when it's to the downside, it happens in a very quick flush. Like, you rarely see Bitcoin just pump and liquidate a bunch of shorts. It usually just, you know, if Bitcoin starts rising, it's at a very slow, steady pace. But when Bitcoin dumps, it just dumps hard. So maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking, should we be short biased when it comes to crypto in this kind of market environment?
I get what you're saying. Yes, I get what you're saying. And like you said, one of the reason maybe that there's more long liquidations is because the market moves down quicker than the speed at which it moves higher. I'm not sure why that is the case, but the saying that, you know, the bulls take the stairs and the bears take the elevator, or
exactly,
as someone wise told me, the bulls take the stairs and the bears jump out the window, pretty much. And maybe that's one of the reasons why there's more long liquidations, because people might not have the time to exit, or they have just tighter stops, you know?
Yeah. I'm looking through this history on CoinGlass, and out of like 36 sample sizes, I see 3 where there was more short liquidation than longs. For example, let's see here. Here's my step. On the 21st, no, on July 26, 2021, there were 1.3 billion in short liquidations versus 361 in long. liquidations. So I wonder what happened on that day. July 26, 2021. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, what's going on with the Lambo indicator?
Oh, the
Has
Lambo
it-
indicator. Yeah, we talked about how we wanted to create a we wanted to do a crypto fear and greed. We want to create our own crypto fear and greed index, right? Because we talked
Yeah.
about, we looked up. Do you mean these are simple things? Simple things like you see something. I mean, most people in crypto probably don't really know what the fear and greed index is. They just assume that, okay, we're at extreme fear. Now the contrarian in me, needs to be buying. But you have to understand, like, what is the crypto fear and greed? And we looked it up, and it was a combination of volatility, momentum, and sentiment, right? But it was had more to do with volatility and momentum than sentiment, which means it actually has more to do with price action than what it has to do with sentiment. And another very important thing to keep in mind here is when is the crowd wrong? When is the best time to be contrarian? It's not. It's at the extremes, right? But it's also at the tops and the bottoms. Like, you can't be contrarian in the middle of a trend, because then you'll not make a lot of money, right? So the thing with the crypto fear and greed index is that it can be very greedy in an uptrend and very fearful in a downtrend. The question is, at what place on the chart are you getting those extreme readings? Right now, for example, we're at the very extreme, right? I think we're at like the most extreme we haven't seen in a very long time. But then you look at price. Are we really at the end of this trend?
I think
We have
I think so.
Anastasia here.
Rob, what's up, Anastasia? You kind of...
Hey,
Okay, now she's gone again. Now she's here. All right. Welcome. You're muted. Yeah, let her...
I wasn't it. I've been fighting with my
You've been fighting?
computer.
Oh, you've
half
been
of the
fighting
day
with the computer,
today.
okay.
With computer, almost, yes. The fight was almost got to the point where I took it and threw it out of the window. But
well,
we actually
next
resolved
time-
it. I think we found.
Okay, next time you're going to do something like that, make sure you film it. We need that type of content.
And say this is this
Yeah.
after losing your funded account.
Yeah, exactly. So when you get stopped out on Bitcoin, I would love that. That would be nice.
When you went all in and Trump posted again on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
Guys,
how are you guys doing after the intense weekend of news?
yeah, my longs got hurt, but I put on some shorts, so overall, kind of neutral.
Well,
what about you, Anastasia?
Yeah, go ahead, Anastasia.
That's not bad. Sorry?
It feels like everyone's like has a few second lag. Is that just me?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah.
I can hear you normally.
You can hear me normal, okay.
I think I can hear you.
Is it my internet?
Well, if everyone has a lag, then perhaps it's your internet. I can hear you the same second, I believe. I'm not sure about
My
that.
god, it can't. Okay. Never have issue with my internet. Okay, never mind. Okay. Did anyone ask me something? I feel like someone asked me a question.
I was asking how you feeling, how is your trades, how are your trades feeling after the weekend?
Oh, yeah, great.
That says a lot.
Yeah. No, I didn't check the charts. I didn't trade anything. I was out in the garden. I cleaned out my garage, which is it's been crazy. I opened the doors to the garage, and literally the kids, they have piled bicycles on top of each other, like sideways, and I can't get in. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, this is a garage. This is not a, landfill. So I spent the whole weekend fixing that, which is that felt so nice, man. Better than any TP hitting. That felt good. And didn't check the charts at all, and that was liberating. And then I saw that the peace deal broke down, and we had a massive gap. And and now I'm here, getting stopped out on Ethereum. Overall good.
Are you alone?
Well, I was short.
I'm in longs.
You're in longs? Why didn't you tell me? Go check. We're watching in my chart
I
here.
said already that if we close above that on about 4 hour resistance, I'll go long.
Went long here.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the trade?
Only a few minutes.
Okay, so how are you in a lot of profits?
No, just $62.
Okay, so I'm thinking I can maybe
Wait, let me share my screen.
Is that a signal to buy? Maybe? Because I need to make back some losses here.
Not financial advice.
No, of course not. But internally,
But we all know that the best financial advice starts with a line. It's not a financial advice.
Yeah, but he's allowed to give me financial advice. No, you can't do that. Not even me. Even if I accept the risks.
Depends if you call it a financial advice or not.
Share my screen then. I think Ayush needs to share his screen. Okay, let's go back into the lower time frames. Let's go look at Ethereum. So I actually shorted Ethereum at the, wow, I shorted Ethereum down here at the, like literally at the very, very low right here. Man, that's stupid. Okay, what? There's like a nice
We have
double
NY
bottom
open
here.
in 1 minute.
Yeah. Let's bring up Ayush's chart here. I want to see that magic of yours.
Currently in longs from here, and we'll book around 71771 because we have previous day point of control over there. Let's see what happens if we have NY open in 50 seconds. The bad thing is that Ethereum is in 4-hour supply zone. That's why it is getting difficult for Bitcoin to go higher. Once we close above that, it will be easy for us to go longs.
My microphone smells like electrical fire. I don't think that's a good thing.
As long as you don't see the smoke coming out of it yet.
Yeah. That is super weird though.
I'm looking for short. If we can bring up my charts, I'm still looking for short for Bitcoin. It's actually coming closer to my setup. So initially what I was looking for is I was looking for the price to break this zone or to go short from here. When the price broke the 71.7 thousand, it was kind of consolidating, so I didn't go short because we were above the volume. I wanted to get some confirmation that we're going to close back below the previous weekly volume. We didn't. So the price was trying to go back to the next volume zone above. And now after the weekend, we broke below the previous weekly point of control here. We closed down right again below this volume. We didn't quite break the zone I wanted because I wanted the price to break 70.4, as you can see here. But I have two basically options. I have this option, and then I have one more option for my short, is that if we go back to the previous weekly point of control here and go down from that level more again. So I have basically this setup, or if the price breaks down, breaks this, test the level higher again, and then continue back down again. Okay, so like this, for example. So I'm gonna try this and see, and if I'm gonna get stopped out, I'm gonna get stopped out, and if the price is gonna close below my 70.4 finally, then I'm gonna add to my position. I'm gonna have 2 entries on this setup. So that's my plan for Bitcoin today. So I'm waiting a little bit higher levels, and I'm gonna set the pain in order. I don't wanna wait until the price is going there. I'm gonna set the pain in order even around 71.5, I think. That should be more than enough, because what I want to see this tested this high volume node, and the volume starts from even a little lower, 71.4. So I think I'm not gonna wait even further. So 71.4, because I can always add to the position running, and my stop loss will be above these highs. So this and this here, it's more than enough for me, because even if the price weaks up, it's gonna weak up approximately to this, well, until it's invalidated, my whole ID, it's gonna weak up until the previous consolidation point of control. It's 72.7 approximately, and then still can go down, and if we close above, we go higher. It doesn't make any more sense, because my ID would be, my bias would be broken.
Guys, I'm just gonna take a few minute breaks, because I really need to check out why my mic smells like it's burning. So I'll be back in just a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna place my sell limit for BTC. Hi guys, hi, I'm looking at the comments as well. Geomir in the comments. Last week, Boris knows, Jonathan started this Anastasia is always right trend, and now it seems like every time I go on a stream, we get these comments in the chat on the YouTube. I wish my performance would be much better indeed if I would be always right. 71.
But you were right. You said you were going short for. Were you long or short last week? I forget.
Last week, yeah, but I didn't enter this. I was long here at hit break even. I had the Cardano short last week here, which worked out. In fact, because I took partials and then I closed it before the volume moved in. In fact, I'm also in a buy for gold now, so I'm looking to enter the short on BTC. I'm gonna place my sell limit order now, but then if it breaks down, I'm gonna enter by market sell. So either way, either like this or like this, I'm expecting short, and I am in a buy for gold. And in fact, I kind of can trade digitalized gold, right, on the Tradeify crypto account. So I think I'm gonna buy gold because it's approximately at my entry, because this is the point of control of the week. We did have the head and shoulders pattern. The price did reach the target. It's my only technical pattern that I trade in combination with volume. And the price now went above the previous high. So we broke this highs and we kind of got outside of this range. So it looks like pullback and now continuation for the next wave. So throughout the day, I'm pretty much expecting the continuation for gold to the upside from 4.7 to even higher. To be honest, depends, because I want to see if we will be able to break this zone of volume. If yes, great. If not, I'm gonna get out on break even eventually. But I want to this trade, and I'm in a trade now on one of the accounts. So I'm gonna get a digitalized gold buy as well now. So those are gonna be two of my trades for today, I think. What's the ticker for digitalized gold? I've never traded digitalized gold before. Do you guys know?
PAX,
I think
PAX
yeah,
G.
it's
Pax. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
that's Pax Gold. There's another one, isn't it?
Yeah, but the one we have at Tradeify is
Ah,
PAX,
gotcha.
PAX G. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pax.
that one is good too. That's the original one.
I think so.
XZ
Not the
perform
tether
well
one.
on weekend.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't move on a weekend, but you can trade it, I believe. You
Okay.
can. I believe you can open and close positions, but price is not moving.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the long on Pax or gold, tokenized gold as well.
Oh, nice.
Just based on the fact. Yeah, it broke over the 21 EMA with decent momentum. And again, my system is super simple. I just see a break above the key moving average, and as long as my other indicator is aligned and it's close to the moving average, I will just enter a trade and go long. And base my take profits on ATR on the ATR levels. So I'm still looking at that $5,000 target you were talking about, Anastasia, last week. I think we could hit it.
Well, I'm opening my trade. I'm gonna place a stop loss on 46.85 for Pax. Yeah.
Bitcoin is moving
That's good.
aggressively here.
Yeah. I feel like it might stop me out.
I'm thinking, is this a long here on that retest? Nah.
I'm not gonna get any long for sure on BTC because I just got a long on gold. And
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for one of the two scenarios for short, so I'm definitely not longing BTC today.
I think my Ethereum short might be in play if this continues, if it breaks down. But the idea, man, I gotta find another exchange. Maybe Ethereum USDT P, yeah, probably. Yeah, so I think the break below this level is going to be quite violent, and but now the move into the level is a little bit too violent, so I'm thinking probably gonna bounce here.
I think it'll bounce as well because we're actually resting on the 55 exponential moving average, which is right around 70,900 actually.
What time frame? Oh, the daily. Yeah, this is the daily. right
I'm
here.
sorry. Yeah. Let me change my settings. Yeah, we're just slightly below it, just very
And I
slightly.
closed
I don't
my
think this
longs.
is a complete. I wouldn't close them on it. I would give Bitcoin a chance. Yeah.
Roman says in the background that my capsule is heating up. Does that mean? Is that a joke, or does that mean that? Okay. Okay, so he's explaining in the background that my microphone's smelling like fire or being heated up for some reason. Okay, good, because I was a little bit panicked there for a while. Because I'm like, it shouldn't be smelling burnt. Okay, so Ethereum, the way I see,
It's coming up back.
Yeah, but this is really difficult to trade. But you know what? I probably, if I put on the fibs here, it's going to be that level, that area I talked about previously. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, perfect. Right into that level. Happens so often. And same thing with probably most of these highs are going to be inside the reload zone of the previous ones. We can do this. Look, that one. And then we'll do this. We'll have that one. And then if we do this one, it's going to be within that one. And then on this one, it's going to be in that one as well. Every single time. Like it's like clockwork. And then it breaks, right? And then the structure is broken. But then you add on the move that broke it here. And we begin the name, you know, the same. It's incredible. If you guys are watching this, definitely put this on your chart. Go into the fibs and use the 0.618, the 0.2702, and the 0.786. It's very good.
Have you guys looked at the Bitcoin exchange's balance recently?
No, but I do remember I was doing some research on that, and that was actually one of the few bullish things, I believe, for Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm looking at right now. And actually, if you pull up to my chart, I'm looking at a graphic from CoinGlass, and we can see that price has been, well, obviously been in the downtrend since really the summer, which is indicated by the yellow line. So price has been going down, but also the balance on exchanges have been going down. And even recently, we're like not in an all-time low on Bitcoin balance, but actually we are very close. Yeah, the record low for Bitcoin balance on exchanges was 2.43 million. Right now we're at 2.44 million. You know what? So this tells me, like, this range right here, again, I think institutions are accumulating here. They're buying Bitcoin here, like they're doing it very quietly, very slowly. So this is one bullish factor for me.
So for those of you who are
what do you guys think?
So two things. First, we have a comment here from Boundless something saying that the golden pocket is golden for a reason. So this is actually not the golden pocket. Now, I can't remember what the golden pocket is, but I do believe that the golden pocket for golden pocket isn't that between the 0.618 and the 50% fib? So let me just Google this and check that out. Okay, so the golden, yeah, that's right. The golden pocket in trading is between the 0.618 and the 0.65. So if we add this, you'll see that if we go in and we remove everything here and we put in the 0.65, this is supposed to be the golden pocket, but the area that I'm talking about is much bigger. It goes all the way down to the 0.786, and what I see is that the midpoint, which is not a fib, but it's just the midpoint of these two, the 0.702, creates a that's usually where you see a lot of the majority of price action within this area. You can see, for example, the like the candle closes here and the wicks, and how that wick almost perfectly testing the low. And this is also quite amazing. It's all fractal, right? So the way I like to do this is also like when you have a bounce here and a bounce out of the level, you add the same thing here. And then you see a lot of times the low time frame 0.618 will be in confluent with the high time frame 0.618. It's insane how often this actually happens. And you'll see price come down and it hits this level, and a lot of times it's gonna break out. And we can follow this live, but in a lot of cases, you draw the fibs. Please do not invalidate this whole idea live. That would be embarrassing. But a lot of times you'll see price just go now in that low time frame reload zone, and then straight up to the 0.618 right here. That actually happens quite a lot. Now, the Bitcoin exchange balance, what is that actually telling us?
So basically, in my opinion, it tells me that as price is going down, so is Bitcoin balance on exchanges. So that means that institutions or traders or investors, they're basically they're buying Bitcoin on exchanges and they're moving it to their offshore, not offshore, but their hardware wallets, or their external wallets, or to a custodian wallet. So it tells me that bigger institutions, bigger traders, bigger investors, they're accumulating Bitcoin in this range. Because if the balance was going up, that means in theory that traders are intending to sell their Bitcoin. But the fact that people are taking their Bitcoin off of the exchanges, that tells me people are accumulating for the long term. So it doesn't mean that price will go up tomorrow or next week, but I disagree with that guy who says we won't see an all-time high in the next 10 years. I think
me too.
Bitcoin will go to 500,000 in like 2 years, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not about this accumulation, again, I'm standing by the point that I shared last week. It's my opinion. It might be wrong, right? It doesn't need to be right.
Mm-hmm.
But regarding their accumulation, is that we have quite a big range if it comes to the Bitcoin, right? If it look a bit, it's quite a range. So they're accumulating, but it can be accumulation. I don't know how it works, but logically it can be accumulation throughout this whole range, right? Which means that, okay, we can range here, we can still test against 65,000, for example. We can dip down to 62,000 and then still continues to see accumulation until eventually sometime later the price continues to go up, because if this is the whole accumulation by the big institutions and they are buying, they can be averaging their average entry price, right, for their longs. And it can continue for quite a long time if they are talking about the accumulation of big amounts of Bitcoin. So I don't know exactly how it works,
Right.
but by the logic of distribution of the volume, and consider here, like Bitcoin market already priced in a risk. So it's like, okay, it can. What's happening? What's happening to the market now? We didn't have any news. So why is Bitcoin going up now, and why gold just?
Hey, switch over to my screen. This is crazy. I told you guys, from this level straight up to the reload zone above, this is like magic. Now I know that it has nothing to do with this is just timing, but it's just crazy to see this playing out like this. Let me see if I can find any type of. So it's 349. Do we have anything going on right now? No, I think it's just this is just. Man, remember like 10 minutes ago I said maybe I should go long here on Bitcoin. So nah, why should I do that? Wow. Crazy price action
Still
right
holding
here.
the position.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to Ayush. He's actually the only one trading here. Oh, nice. That looks
So we
pretty
had
good, man.
support on Ethereum. That's why price failed to go below, and my take profit is filled.
Whoa, look at that trade, dude.
Nice.
It's literally a straight candle up to TP. It's not very day you get that.
I'm out of it. So right now
Are
we
you
are
out of it?
touching. Yeah, I'm out of it.
Wow. That's good. Man, that's a good trade right there.
price failed to go below
So
because of
you-
the opening price we had.
Do you just use a single take profit or do you use multiple?
I take single take profit.
Just curious. Okay.
As an intraday trader, I have never taken partials, so, and I usually trade 1:1. This
really?
risk reward is 1.48. So, just to get some extra dollars to get to pay the fee, commission fee.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jonathan and Anastasia? Do you guys take multiple profits or just have one target?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I usually just get out in with full position and out with full position. I feel like when I try to average in and average out, like the way I'm thinking in trading is either I want to be in the trend or I want to be out of the trend. There's no in between, you know. And I'm also, the way I'm trading is I'm not trading intraday, or I'm not really trading. Difficult to explain, but if I see a trend, I want to be in that trend until it's obvious that the trend is no longer active. So, and for me, it's clear when that happens. So for me, there's no real reason to average in and out.
I see. For me, it's different. I enter at market, but then I'll have 3 different TPs usually, depending on the situation.
But I personally, for me, I don't have multiple TPs. I have multiple zones from which I'm expecting the reaction. So each trade that I take, most of them, they have multiple zones to go into potentially reverse from, which means that from any of the zones, the price can react. And then I observe if the price is going to give a reaction or not. And then if not, I continue to hold the trade. If it does give a reaction, I prefer to close it off and then re-enter when the zone is broken. So break and retest, but not, let's say, the resistance or support, but break and retest of, for example, the volume zones. So I think about this way, but very rarely I do take partials. Normally not, because I have the same way of thinking as Jonathan. If I want to be out of the position, I want to be out fully, which means because supposedly it's breaking my bias, right? So something is wrong that for some reason I don't want to be in this trade. So I don't want to be holding this trade if I know that it's, I should be out of it normally. So that's my way of thinking.
Boris, do you think when it comes to the
sense.
exchange balance, is that the same as the exchange reserve?
Good question, because that's a good question. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Because if we're looking at the
Claude.
yeah, but I mean, if we can, I'm gonna share what I'm looking at here. Let me just give me a second here, and I'll look at this one. So this is on CryptoQuant. This is Bitcoin Exchange Reserve, and I remember a month or so ago, Goldman Sachs came out and said that they believe that this is the bottom for Bitcoin. So I looked at the research, and I did research on it, and I wrote an article about that research paper and said, okay, most of the reasons that Goldman Sachs think that Bitcoin has bottomed is actually bearish, right? But there's one thing in that report where they said that exchange. Okay, so we have breaking news coming out from New York Post saying that Iranian officials are studying abandoning uranium enrichment as a U.S. condition for ending the war. That might be why the market was moving. That information obviously came out to some people before they published the report. To me, that is just obvious. We're talking about 10 minutes delay. So we got a movement on price 10 minutes before the news broke. Let's actually go in and never mind. We can look at that but that this is what happens all the time. We have huge move, and then a couple of minutes later we understand why. So somebody had information.
For sure.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, happens quite often, especially with the current administration. I mean, we're not going into politics or whatever here, but it's the Trump family really likes poly market and trading crypto. Anyway, if we're looking at the Bitcoin exchange reserve here, it is at the very, very lows. It just continues to break down, and it's interesting though. I don't like the issue here is I don't really know how much of a valid signal this is, because it started breaking down like midway or early bull market, last bull market. So if it started trading to the downside in a bull market, why would we really look at this as a bullish thing?
So one thing on nuance is that when you see outflows, so when you see Bitcoin balance going down, that could simply be exchanges moving Bitcoin to custodians. So not necessarily traders or investors hodling or hodling. So
could it have something to do with the ETFs?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point. Maybe these outflows are going to BlackRock and Fidelity and the big issue.
Exactly.
So maybe right now this is not a relevant statistic anymore.
Exactly, because if we and I mean, it would be interesting to see then when. Let me actually. I need to Google that. When was the first Bitcoin ETF launched? Because so the first Bitcoin ETF, spot Bitcoin ETF needs to be spot, because obviously we had the. So the first approved Bitcoin ETF, spot ETF, was started trading January 11, 2024. That's insane. This is the downtrend actually started on January the 30th, 2024.
So maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why. So this is actually 6 days after the official trading of the ETFs. The exchange reserve started the downtrend, which then makes this whole metric obsolete, which is then because then this would then be normally before ETFs, this would be a metric that tells us that liquidity is thinning out. There's less liquidity, but there's other ways now to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, so very good point, actually. And I'm glad we're having this discussion, because when I used to write crypto content, I would always reference the Bitcoin exchange balance. But that was like right around when the ETF started launching. So maybe now it's, like you said, it's not really a relevant metric anymore.
Yeah, and I just wrote an article on this like a couple of weeks ago, and I remember saying that this is one of the more bullish signals because it's harder to distort and suggest that liquidity is actually thinning out. But then that information is based on an old paradigm, right?
Yeah,
that's interesting. All right, guys, we're coming up to the end of the live stream here today. So this was the first live stream with Ayush. So and he had a great trade. That was really cool to have you coming on here, sitting quietly in the background, making money while I get stopped out. Amazing. That was pretty fun.
Thanks.
Someone has to lose money. That's trading is a zero-sum game.
We'll hedge every day. If you go long, I'll go short.
Yeah, tomorrow you will lose and I will win.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see about that. So guys, tomorrow
Sounds
we
like
have
it's correct.
tomorrow we have Dirk Hartig coming on, and then on Thursday we have Tony Severino coming on to talk about his cycle theories on Bitcoin. And on Wednesday, I'm not going to be here on Wednesday, so that's going to be fun for me. Well, actually, it's going to be very sad. I want to be here. I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to be here. All right, guys. Thank you for today.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Jonathan. Guys, see you tomorrow. I'm still holding my gold buy, so I do hope that it's gonna work out today as well.
Beautiful.
So,
all right. Take care, everyone.
See
guys.
you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.